Okay, for step 5, you're gonna need this template with the 3 different sizes of petals, some scissors, something to draw with, and then this paper that you painted. The color, mine's orange, you might have done kind of reds and pinks or purples. But grab that, and first step is just to cut out each of these petal shapes. Right, and once you have all 3 of those cut out, we are going to trace them onto the back of our petal page. Okay, so let's get started tracing here. I'm going to show you how to make sure that you can fit all of your shapes on the back here. So I'm starting with the large one, and I'm starting in this very corner. The edge of my petal is kind of against the edge of my page, and the tip is against this edge, okay? So you can see I've got one there. I'm gonna do the next one right next to it. So this edge is right against that edge, okay? So they're as close together as possible. Okay, 2. Okay, and we'll continue with these across until I have 6. Next I'm gonna go for the medium. And I'm gonna put the medium facing the other direction, so this little tab is gonna go in between 2 of my large ones, okay? We're gonna get it up as close as possible as it can in between those. Okay, and you're gonna do the same thing, you're gonna do 6 across. Go for our smalls next. Now, this is the tricky part. We're trying to get 8, okay? Now, if you really cram them in there, you should be able to get 8. They might overlap just a little tiny bit, that's okay. But if you can't quite get 8, that's all right. So I'm gonna start with one up in the corner and see how it's slanted into the corner. And notice my tab here at the bottom overlapped a little bit. That's okay, I don't need that corner of that tab. That's not a big deal. We'll put another one right next to it, still slanted into the corner. Okay, and for these last ones, I'm gonna put them down across the bottom here. And notice I don't quite have room for it. It doesn't quite fit, but that is okay. I am going to put it as close. I'm gonna overlap just a little bit of the tip of that one. That's all right. Go ahead and give it a trace. Okay, the cool thing about this is that these are flower petals, so they don't have to be absolutely perfect. Flower petals come in lots of shapes and sizes, so my smalls aren't gonna be all exactly the same size, and that's totally okay. So see this one, it overlapped this one just a little bit, and it went off the edge. So when I cut it out, I won't have that little edge, and that's okay. Let's go for this one here. I'm gonna put the tab next to this tab. We'll do sort of the same thing. It'll overlap that medium one just a little bit, and it'll go off the edge just a little bit. No problem. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can put one right here. Okay, almost the whole thing fits. Goes off the edge just a little, that's okay. 6. And it looks like we're gonna get 7. And that's all right. If you can find a spot to make one more, go for it, but it's really not a big deal. The middle can be, the middle of your flower can have 7 small petals. That'll be cool. 7's kind of a lucky number anyway. Okay, so if you can get 8 small ones, cool. If not, that's fine. When I cut them out, I'm gonna adjust a little bit for where they overlap. So see this area right here where this medium and small overlap? I'm just gonna make this medium one a little bit shorter. Okay, you can adjust them just a little bit. Same thing here. Okay. Again, they're petals, so it's okay to change them up just a little bit. Okay, I think they're all ready to roll. These, I'm gonna go ahead and, even though they went off the edge, I am gonna try to round them off a little bit along the edge. Okay. So once you have them all traced, go ahead and cut them out. This is really great cutting practice for younger kids, but remember, they're just flower petals, and so they don't have to be exact. See here, this is how you kind of adjust. Those templates there are just to give you an idea of the size you need and sort of the shape. So as long as your petals have kind of rounded sides, smooth sides, they don't have like corners to them, and then they have a point on the end and this little tab, they should be good to go. Okay, if the tab has a little corner cut off of it because another petal overlapped it, that's fine, that's no big deal. If, look here, this petal is overlapping that small one, that's okay. When you go to cut, and look here, those are overlapping, no big deal. Just pick one of the lines and go with it. Okay, and I'm gonna make this a little bit shorter, so I'm not gonna use that line right there. I'm just gonna go right here. Okay, so you can adjust a little bit, no big deal. Don't stress about the tracing step. Doesn't have to, you don't have to cut it exactly how you traced it. Once you have all your petal shapes cut out, should have 6 big ones, 6 medium ones, and then 6 to 8 of the small ones. Okay, once you have those, you are ready to start building your paper sculpture. Scroll down for step 6.